Hollywood, the most famously private stars. What if she's been quietly building a connection that's, well, totally different from the usual script? We're doing a deep dive today into all the recent buzz around Jennifer Aniston and this man who is definitely not your typical Hollywood leading man type.
Right.
We've gathered quite a few different reports, various observations, all focusing on Jennifer and this hypnotherapist, Jim Curtis.
Yeah.
And look, our goal today, it isn't really to sensationalize, you know?
No, absolutely.
It's more to unpack these sources, try to figure out the unique feel of this connection. We want to pull out the surprising bits, explore why so many people are finding it captivating, and maybe see if it points to something bigger about well-being, especially when you're in the public eye.
Exactly.
So let's unpack this. We've definitely got some really intriguing puzzle pieces here, and it feels like something more nuanced than just gossip, right?
Oh, definitely. And what's really compelling, I think, is how this story seems to shift beyond just, you know, who's dating who. It touches on these deeper themes: wellness, healing, personal growth. Stuff Jennifer has actually been pretty open about exploring for years.
That's a great point. Okay, so our journey here, it kind of starts with a quiet dinner.
Right.
Jennifer Aniston seen at a pretty high-end California restaurant. And it wasn't just that she was there, but who she was with that got people talking. Her dinner companion was this guy, Jim Curtis. Reports identified him as a wellness expert, specifically a hypnotherapist. And accounts mentioned their body language seemed really comfortable, her smile apparently like unmistakably genuine.
Okay.
And there was this moment where she apparently leaned in, touched his arm gently, and that's what kicked off the first whispers, which, you know, quickly turned into online buzz.
Right, the arm touch. And Jim Curtis, okay, so he's not a household name like an actor would be.
No.
But in wellness circles, he's actually a really respected figure. He's the chief wellness officer at a pretty major holistic health brand.
Okay, holistic health. So mind and body.
Exactly. Mind, body, spirit, the whole picture. And his work, it involves guiding this kind of mental transformation. He uses hypnotherapy, mindset rewiring, and apparently for quite a few high-profile clients.
Hypnotherapy. Maybe explain that a bit. It's not like stage hypnosis.
Right, definitely not.
Yeah.
No. In this context, it's therapeutic. It's about helping someone get into a really focused state, like deep concentration. And in that state, they can work on reframing how they think, maybe break old habits, or tackle emotional blocks. And the mindset rewiring part is about shifting those like core beliefs you have, how you react to things, aiming for real, lasting change.
Okay, interesting. So almost immediately, social media lights up, right? People asking, is Jen dating again? And maybe more pointedly, why him?
Exactly. The why him question was definitely out there.
So just as those first whispers are starting to, you know, make the rounds, a second sighting happens just days later. And this one adds a whole new layer, shifts things from just like casual speculation to something, oh well, much more interesting. Jennifer and Jim reportedly spotted together again, but this time it was during a really secluded July retreat.
Secluded, not public.
Totally. Far from any paparazzi, you know. They apparently chose this private spot surrounded by nature. Reports said they were seen hiking, meditating, and even cooking together. I mean, those activities, they really suggest a different kind of vibe, don't you think?
Oh, absolutely. That paints a very different picture than just a dinner.
Yeah.
And if you sort of connect that back to what we know about Jennifer's own journey over the years, it actually starts to make a lot of sense.
How so?
Well, she's been incredibly open, hasn't she? About therapy, about healing, about really prioritizing things like mental clarity, finding peace, self-awareness.
True, she has talked about that stuff.
So her path crossing with someone who literally specializes in deep emotional healing and profound personal change, like Jim Curtis, it doesn't feel random at all. It almost feels intentional, like it fits, which kind of begs the question, doesn't it? Could this connection have started professionally? Maybe through sessions, and then maybe grew into something deeper.
That's a really interesting angle, and while some sources are quick to say, oh, it's just friendship, they often add that it's an unusually intimate friendship. And people who saw them at that first dinner, they mentioned Jen looked completely at ease.
At ease.
Yeah, no big entourage, no obvious distractions, just this like quiet, focused energy between them.
Okay.
Now look, we all know Jennifer's history at the media. It's intense.
Oh, yeah.
She gets linked to pretty much any guy she's even seen near, right? The tabloids jump on everything.
Constantly.
But what the sources seem to keep pointing out is that there's something about this specific connection that just feels different, really distinct from all the past rumors.
It does feel different. You're right. It's a stark contrast. The way
Yeah.
it's described in reports. It's not allowed, is it?
No.
It's not, like, performative for cameras. It's described as quiet,
Yeah.
intentional, maybe even.
Yeah.
Somebody used the word sacred.
Sacred.
Yeah. And think about Jim's job. Being a hypnotherapist, a wellness guide, it demands building incredible trust.
Right. People have to be vulnerable.
Exactly. It requires real emotional openness. So it makes you think, maybe Jennifer found someone in him who genuinely listens, who understands on a deeper level, someone who helps her feel grounded, maybe, in a world that's always trying to shape her image.
That makes a lot of sense.
And insiders apparently describe them as being really in sync. They say Jim brings this sense of calm and balanced qualities. Jennifer herself has said she values and seeks out. So this shared focus, wellness, healing, being authentic, it seems like a really powerful glue, maybe. Something that's drawing them closer, or perhaps already has.
And then there's the silence.
Yes, that's another layer, isn't it?
Right.
Both of them have stayed completely quiet. No comments, no PR statements, nothing.
Which, of course, just makes people wonder even more.
Naturally. Are they trying to protect something delicate, something new? Or are they just deliberately choosing, peace and privacy over feeding the whole publicity machine?
It's hard to know. So, thinking about all this, beyond just the Jennifer Aniston headlines, what does it all mean for you listening right now? We've talked about the quiet start, that deeper retreat, Jim Curtis's unique background, and why this whole thing just hits differently than past celebrity stuff.
Right.
And whether it actually turns into a big romance or stays this incredibly deep friendship. This story kind of quietly spotlights something bigger, doesn't it?
I think so. It highlights this growing value we seem to place on, like genuine connection.
Yeah, and trust.
Deep trust, shared journeys, focusing on well-being, even when, or maybe especially when, you're living under that intense public spotlight.
Could this be like a hint of a new way relationships form, where maybe healing and shared values, that kind of authenticity, maybe that stuff quietly becomes more important than the usual celebrity narratives?
It's a compelling thought, definitely. It leaves you wondering, maybe sometimes the connections that really matter, the ones that have the most impact, maybe they aren't built on flashbulbs and headlines.
Yeah.
Maybe they're built on something quieter, on intentional presence, and just shared growth.